And the Mavericks make it 4 in a row at home as they get some help from one Anthony Davis. We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs pregame show powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curlo. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, especially when they're going for 4 straight wins at the AAC as they welcome in Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons tonight. We'll get you ready for tonight's action over the course of the next half hour. We'll let you know who's in, who's out. We'll take a look at our Mavericks player spotlight and welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. a little bit later on, live from the AAC on this terrific Thursday evening. Bobby, how we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Cat Peanut with a live report from the Dallas North Tollway saying not going anywhere at the moment.
Oh, no.
On the way to the game. May as well listen. That is a capital H heck yeah from me.
Shout out to you.
Drive safe and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Love seeing folks that are going to the game or in the arena that still tune into the pregame show. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm ready for some basketball. And, yeah, I mean, you go up against one of the best teams in the league, it really kind of is a measuring stick game to show you how you stack up against those guys.
It is, as the Mavericks welcome in Cade Cunningham and the beast of the East so far this season, the 21-5 Detroit Pistons. That's how we get you started for tonight. Tip-off at 7:30 p.m. at the American Airlines Center with the Detroit Pistons at 21-5, 9-3 so far away from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Meanwhile, your Dallas Mavericks come into tonight 10-17, 7-9 so far at the AAC, with the Pistons being a 6.5-point favorite with the over-under at 229.5. Let's get you set up where both of these teams are coming into tonight. The Mavericks, of course, 12th in the West, sit a full game behind the Utah Jazz coming in for the 10th seed and the final play-in spot. Of course, the Mavericks just 4-10 against teams 500 or better so far this year, but they are 5-5 in 10 games against the Eastern Conference. Of course, they are coming off their overtime loss on Monday in Utah after Cooper Flagg dropped an NBA rookie record for an 18-year-old, 42 points in the losing effort. Of course, the Mavericks, they will be at home tonight. Then they will play 2 straight games on the road starting on Saturday when they take on VJ Edgecombe and the Philadelphia 76ers, and then on Monday when they take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Meanwhile, the Detroit Pistons, number 1 in the Eastern Conference, sit 2.5 games ahead of the New York Knicks. They are winners of 4 straight themselves. In fact, 6 of their last 7 they have won for Detroit basketball. They're undefeated against the West so far this year, 5-0 against the Western Conference, 11-2 against teams below 500 this year. They're coming off a win on Monday on the road against the Boston Celtics. They began a stretch, I should say, on Monday with playing 7 of their next 8 games on the road, as they will be back at home on Saturday to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then they will go on the road for a 5-game West Coast road trip that begins on Monday in Portland with the Portland Trailblazers. That gets us to the Corel Illustrator scouting report for tonight and what he's looking for, focusing in on the big men on the other side for Detroit.
Yeah, so let's go back to the night the Mavs played the Pistons in Mexico City. What is that, like a month and a half ago?
November 1st.
Oh, November 1st. Easy date to remember. Mm-hmm. So that night, Jalen Duren scored 33 points. Oh, my God. That was his season high. He was a demon in that game, all right? He was beating the Mavs bigs down the floor every single time. He was active on the glass, both ends of the floor. He was just a monster. The Mavs were doubling Cade and putting just a lot of pressure on him, turning him into a passer. And the Pistons were knocking down a lot of shots, but a lot of Cade's 18 assists that night just went to Duren. Now, that game was the first game that AD did not play this season. He had played every game up to that point. He got hurt in the previous game against the Pacers.
That's right.
And then did not play in that Mexico City game. So slightly different look for the Mavs. AD is playing tonight. Hate to spoil the injury report, but it's kind of an integral part of this. So that's a different look for the Mavs than what they showed the Pistons last time, which was, I think Lively. Did Gafford even play in that game? I think that was before Gafford made his debut. I don't remember, actually. Yeah. It's kind of a different look now for Duren, though. He's in a different kind of form. At the time, he was playing really well. That was his third 20-point game of the season and just his sixth game. In his last 10 games, he has scored 20 or more just one time, and he scored in single digits twice. So I'm not going to pretend like I went back and watched all 10 games that the Pistons have played in a row or anything, but it's just kind of it's a different kind of vibe. Duren he got off to such a hot start at the beginning of the year, and he's kind of coming back down. Now, granted, he's still averaging like 16 a game during that time.
Sure.
It's not like he's fallen off a cliff or anything, but he was one of I wouldn't say he was the first big to have a big game against the Mavs, but at the beginning of the year, bigs were feasting against this team. It has not been the case as much lately. Like you think, okay, whenever the Mavs played Khalil Ware in Miami, he went for like 82, and then he came back to Dallas, and he was fine. He just wasn't as good. Like the Mavs have done better defensively against bigs recently. It's no secret, obviously, that AD comes back, and that helps you a lot in that regard. So, I think the key to winning really has nothing to do with slowing down Cade Cunningham. It's just, hey, can you make Jalen Duren look like an NBA player as opposed to an all-NBA player? If you can do that, I think the Mavs have a chance.
I guess it's to our lead story going into tonight's game, and it's that the Mavericks can keep their home cooking going as they are looking for their fourth consecutive win at the American Airlines Center going into tonight's action against Detroit. In fact, the Mavericks have won 3 games at home, 3 straight games at home, and 4 out of the last 5 at the AAC overall. Cooper Flagg, of course, as we mentioned, tied that rookie record for the Dallas Mavericks with Mark Aguirre scoring those 42 points in that game on Monday, and now looking to build upon that as he will turn 19 here in just a few days. For the Mavericks, though, they were dominated in the paint in their first matchup against Detroit, where they allowed the Pistons to score 72 points in the paint in Mexico City en route to what was that double-digit loss. The question being tonight, Bobby, as the Mavericks look to continue that momentum at home, this is going to be a very good test for this team against one of the best teams in the NBA overall. That's a physical team that likes to get after you on both ends of the floor. How do the Mavericks find a way to continue to play well at home, but also take on a team that's as good as Detroit tonight?
You got to play well. You have to play well. Like, they did not play a great game the last time they played the Pistons. Again, that's a ancient history. D'Lo had 30 points that night. Nembhard, I don't even think played. It's a totally different look. AD didn't play, so there's really nothing to be gained from looking back at that previous game. But, what they've done well recently is, Coop's gotten going pretty early in a lot of these games. He's had some big first halves as opposed to earlier in the year. He was very passive early
including
on.
That Detroit game in Mexico, honestly.
Yeah, I think he had, 4 points at the half or something. It's like, bro, put the freaking ball in the air. You don't just have to pass it. You can go shoot, too. So some of his Coop being aggressive, but it's just, you just have to play well. Like, don't play like complete trashola, and you'll have a chance.
The Mavericks going to be taking on an MVP candidate in Cade Cunningham, who, of course, coming into tonight averaging over 27 points per game. That's 11th in the NBA. He is second in the league in assists, averaging 9.2 assists per contest. His running mate Jalen Duren has been fantastic so far this year, averaging an even 18 points per game and 11 rebounds per contest, which is 4th in the association. It's also homecoming night, if you will, for Cade Cunningham, who had his jersey retired just yesterday at James Bowie High School, and, of course, a native of DFW. He is excited to be back once again playing at the American Airlines Center. We had a chance to talk with him after shoot-around today about his excitement about playing here and what he loves about playing here in Dallas.
Yeah, it's home for me. So anytime I could play around my family, in front of my family and friends in my hometown, it's special for me. I came to these games as a kid, so to be on the floor now playing is special for sure.
Did you grow up as a Mavericks fan?
Yeah, Dirk, man, that's the man. That's my guy. So I grew up Mavs fan for sure.
So Dirk, his favorite. Love that from Cade Cunningham, who has performed well and been a terrific player so far for the Detroit Pistons this year, leading them at a 21-5 record. Of course, your Mavericks going to be led by rookie sensation Cooper Flagg, who, of course, averaging over 18 points per game, over 6 rebounds per contest in 26 games. PJ Washington having a fantastic year as well, averaging over 16 points per game and giving you a career-high nearly 8 boards per contest in 22 games. This is a Pistons team with a really nice statistical profile coming into tonight. Number 8 in the NBA in offensive rating. Number 2 in defensive rating. That overall gets them to a number 5 net rating in the association so far this year through 26 games. They also can score the ball. Number 8 in points per game and number 6 in field goal percentage. A terrific rebounding team. Top 3 in the association so far this year. And they love to dominate in the paint, scoring over 51 points per game inside the painted area. A team that loves to get after it and can get after you on the offensive boards as well, which we'll touch on here in just a little bit. The Mavericks and Pistons playing their final regular season matchup of the 25-26 season. These two teams met back on November 1st in Mexico City in what was a 122-110 win for Detroit basketball that particular night. Cade Cunningham had 18 assists, while Jalen Duren, as Bobby mentioned, had 33 points and 10 boards in that contest. D'Angelo Russell, who is available to play tonight after been dealing with an illness, he had 31 points in that game in the losing effort for the Dallas Mavericks. Cade Cunningham also discussing, Tanner, the idea of what Cooper Flagg and how good he's been and how much he's improved since the last time these two teams have played. Here's what Cade had to say about Cooper Flagg and his game right now.
Man, he's been killing. We just had 42 the other night. To be at his age doing that already, he's got a bright future ahead. We already knew that coming in, but that's special. I think he's been doing a great job. A lot of different things came at him as far as responsibilities and stuff, and I think more than anything, through the struggles and everything, I think he's kept composure and handled it well. So I think the mindset is something that is going to get him a long way in the league for sure.
I really like his voice.
Is it soothing for you?
Yeah, I as a fellow deep voice haver, but his is like much easier to be deep. Like, okay. I don't know, like his voice is just real. I'm really jealous of his voice.
We had a chance to spend a few minutes with him after availability today. Really good dude. Nice dude. He loves, obviously, having a chance to play at home and has obviously been terrific for Detroit. Big Cowboys fan, of course, is Cade Cunningham as well. Also, if you didn't know, not only is it homecoming for Cade, it's also Mount Verde night at the American Airlines Center. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 former Mount Verde players are in tonight's
zap
game.
The bot comment, Tanner?
As it's Cade Cunningham, Cooper Flagg, Jalen Duren, D'Angelo Russell. You name the 5th one.
From what?
Mount Verde.
No, I cannot.
Ryan Nembhard. Ryan Nembhard.
Oh, I did know that. No,
him and Cade.
It was in the soundbite.
Yeah, him and Cade were teammates for 2 years. As well. He also was a teammate of Jalen Duren at Mount Verde. So big night for Mount Verde Academy inside the American Airlines Center tonight. Coming up here in just a moment, we'll welcome in our DLLS Mavs.
Now, I never said Cade has KG's pipes. All right, Ardell. KG's got easily the most boisterous voice. If Cade Cunningham had KG's just sheer power, oh my God.
Cade's got a good radio voice, though.
Yeah, he could voice a documentary.
Yeah, Cade would be really good on television. He's got a good voice. Like, he's got a real confidence.
Whenever that first Cade self-narrated shoe commercial comes out,
oh yeah,
the script better be worthy of his voice.
That's right.
On that
Ooh,
one.
He's gonna have a great voice when he talks about "I'm going home" when he becomes a Maverick.
Oh wow,
yeah,
oh wow,
easily sentimental.
I'm coming home.
Yeah, effortlessly good. Yeah.
Shout out to our DLLS Stars podcast, best Stars podcast in the game today. Love our guys here at DLLS Stars. We'll welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. here in just a moment. Before we get there, let's help you win some money tonight when it comes to Prize Picks.
All right. So I feel like I should be getting a higher payout for this. You let me know. Let me know. All right. Cade Cunningham. So I slid everything down to the friendly devil face. That's my first.
Okay.
So I'm playing it safe, but I'm playing aggressive. Cade Cunningham, more than 6.5 assists.
I think it's a good bet. Or, excuse me, good pick. Excuse me.
Yep, that's exactly right.
That's right.
Cooper Flagg, more than 14.5 points. Cooper Flagg, more than 4.5 rebounds. Again, that's a stack. You can do that on Prize Picks.
Okay.
Multiple picks for the same player. Jalen Duren, more than 8.5 rebounds. I feel like there will be more competition out there.
That's tonight. A safe pick as well.
And then Klay Thompson, this is like a layup for him lately. More than 1.5 threes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So the $5 pick would net me $15 cold hard cash if I win. Folks, that is easily dinner. All right. or
For
maybe even a breakfast lunch combo or like a lunch and a coffee afterward. If you want to play along, download Prize Picks, use promo code DLLS when making your first $5 lineup in your account. Be blessed with $50 in free cash to use on lineups anytime you choose on Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Shout out to Club. Cade plus KG equals James Earl Jones.
Ooh, wow.
If I had the voice of James Earl Jones, my goodness. One of the great voices of our lifetimes is James Earl Jones. That's right, Mufasa. Shout out to Lion King. Let's go out to the American Airlines Center right now and welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer. He knows sports. He is Ron Harrod Jr. Is that an OVO hat you got on? What you doing there?
I was told by Bobby we don't promote other brands on the show, so
Exactly,
I can't confirm or deny.
So that's a yes. Got it. All right, cool.
Well, you are making quite the statement by wearing that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to have a chat afterwards when it comes to what you got going on, but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about who's in and who's out tonight on the injury report. Let's start with the visitors, the Detroit Pistons. And that's right. The injury report for the Detroit Pistons is clean.
Must be nice.
Looking around like, hey, where is it? Anyone? Yeah, Detroit has.
What is that like? Did you do that because you needed a clear room to show the whole Mavs injury report? Like, we need a full page for the Mavs one?
I mean, I did.
No.
That, but also, I just want to do the GIF. Yeah.
That's great. No, that's awesome. Detroit has no one on their injury report. All their guys are available. But then you come to the Mavericks.
My God.
But there is good news. There is great news, though, especially starting at the top. Anthony Davis is available and able to play tonight after dealing with the left calf contusion that kept him out on Monday. He came down with illness apparently earlier today, but he is good to go. We didn't see him during the media availability portion of shoot around, but he is available to play tonight. Of course, Dante Exum out for the season with the right knee surgery. Kyrie Irving, as he's out remaining with the left ACL surgery recovery. Derek Lively, the second, of course, out for the season with the right foot injury management. But Najee Marshall, D'Angelo Russell, and Brandon Williams all available to play tonight. Najee Marshall popped up on the injury report earlier today with illness. He was questionable coming into tonight, but he will play. D'Angelo Russell's missed the last couple of games with the illness. He'll be available. And Brandon Williams has been dealing with the right Achilles soreness, is good to go. Speaking of injuries, Ron, what did Jason Kidd have to say about Kyrie Irving's progress at this point?
Yeah, so we did get a Kyrie Irving update. Really, Jason Kidd kind of just talked about that he gave no timeline. He made a joke saying that he'll give another update in a month because I think Mike made a joke that we got a last update about a month ago. But he says he's progressing, but there's no like updated timeline. But he said he's in good spirits. It's kind of the word that Jason Kidd used. And like you said, from the injury report, a lot of players are back. I asked Jason Kidd kind of like a joking way, like as a head coach, what do you kind of do to like make an illness not spread to the whole team? He says, hey, well, the guy that had the illness, we kept him away from the team today. He said that kind of in a joking way. I think the guy, I'm assuming, is Najee Marshall. I didn't want to ask a follow-up question. I had another question after that. But I'm going to assume that he meant Najee Marshall was the person that he kept, quote-unquote, away from the team. So, yeah, that was kind of interesting, just kind of with the Kyrie Irving update plus the kind of illness that's running through the team.
Ron, this has honestly nothing to do with basketball, but tonight is anime night at the game. I implore, if you're a diehard, you can, or it's not even diehard, it's just anyone. Ron wrote an article comparing Mavs players to anime characters. Now, Ron, the Mavs, like at Dallas Mavs, like the actual Dallas Mavericks, posted a video earlier today of Max Christie kind of ranking animes. Now, they said snap the stick whenever you get to something that's better than Attack on Titan. And he said Dragon Ball Z was better than Attack on Titan, which speaks to me because Dragon Ball Z is one of the only animes I've ever seen. But based on that video, does Max Christie know ball, or is Max Christie not a non-ball knower?
I think Max Christie knows ball. I mean, he kind of knew seemingly every anime that they asked him about. I think Attack on Titan is kind of like I guess I'm Gen Z, so I don't know what I'm saying, like I'm not a part of it, but the Gen Z, I guess, GOAT anime, I would say probably is Attack on Titan. But like Bobby said, I kind of grew up on DBZ, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. That was kind of our kind of anime, because they would come on, I think it was Adult Swim, which I'm not sure is alive anymore, sadly. But yeah, it would come on
Adult
I think it was
Swim.
Free TV. Yeah, swam. It swam away, sadly. So that and robot chicken, sadly. But
Oh, robot
yeah,
chicken.
Max Christie
So
definitely
good. Oh
knows
my
ball, and you
god.
could tell he was up on some of those 1 a.m. late nights where you kind of hear this random show start playing in the background when you wake up out of your sleep.
All right, does that change his ranking in the trade assets at all? Like, is he hang up the phone still, or?
I would still, to me, kind of probably put him up even higher. I hold him even at a higher regard. Now, I didn't include
Interesting.
him on my top 5 dressers of the Mavericks, which the video is not out yet, everybody, but it will be on our Instagram very soon. Abby Jones, one of our social media people, told me to do that video. So Max Christie did not make the top 5, everybody. I will not spoil it, but he didn't make the top 5.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The last 3 minutes of what y'all was saying, I had no what the bleep y'all was talking about.
Have you ever watched anime?
Nah, man.
You've heard of Dragon Ball Z.
Of course, I heard of Dragon Ball Z, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That was really popular. Like, I guess. Well, I don't want to ask you how old you are, but DBZ was really popular, like late elementary school era.
Yeah. Like I said, I've heard of it and seen a little bit of it, but I was a nerd into sports all the time, so I wasn't.
Okay, see, I was a nerd.
I wasn't well-rounded in that way.
I was like an actual proper nerd.
Yeah. I wasn't a proper nerd.
And
I still Pokemon's an anime, though, correct?
I mean, technically, I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
Wait, sound off in the comments.
Yu-Gi-Oh's an anime for sure. Yu-Gi-Oh's definitely anime.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's an anime. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get to our Mavericks player spotlight tonight, and we focus in on the other rookie sensation on this team. And, of course, Ryan Nembhard. As a starter in 8 games, averaging nearly 13 points per game, shooting nearly 55% from 3, over 58% from the field, and a 7-to-2 assist-to-turnover ratio during that time as well. He's been absolutely fantastic. In fact, had a double-double in 38 minutes on Monday with 14 points and 11 assists in the losing effort against the Utah Jazz. Had a chance to talk with Ryan Nembhard after shoot-around today, and asked him about his growth and what he has learned being in the starting lineup and how he's continued to adjust the physicality of the NBA. Here's what Ryan Nembhard had to say after practice today.
Sorry, one sec. I totally forgot this.
I think it's been your biggest area of growth, especially since you've been into the starting lineup, about what you've seen on the floor and how you get your guys involved?
Yeah, just trying to understand what we need at certain times and when to slow the pace down, when to play a little bit faster, when to get guys the balls in certain areas. So just that, understanding the game and getting more comfortable in my role.
How have you adjusted to the physicality of the NBA versus obviously what it was in college?
I think I've adjusted pretty well. You know, I've always been a physical player, so I don't think that's been too tough for me.
What's been the biggest area of growth you've seen based off your observations, Ryan, what you've seen from Ryan Nembhard?
Yeah, well first, I kind of was upset that I didn't ask Ryan Nembhard. It kind of didn't hit me until I was walking to my car alone. And I was like, dang, I should have asked them who was the better high school team. Ryan Nembhard, Cade Cunningham, or 2019 Chino Hills. I forgot to ask the key question here. And it really hit me as I was walking to my car. If everybody doesn't know, Ryan Nembhard was on like a legendary high school team, essentially. Like every team in Montverde is good, but he was on one of the quote unquote legendary ones. So I'm actually very upset I didn't ask that question because he talked a lot about that. But I mean, I've been very just impressed with, he talked about pace kind of earlier in that interview. I think he's always going the speed that he wants to go. No one's ever rushing him, and that's a problem we've seen from other guards on the Mavericks. Jason Kidd kind of subtly said that, you know, kind of in the way he talks about kind of Ryan Nembhard. He just kind of does what he wants to do on the court, and if he can start getting some paint touches, it might get scary hours.
Dude, this team is absolutely loaded. Oh my God! So Derek Whitehead, Cade Cunningham, Moses Moody, Ryan Nembhard, Scotty Barnes, Caleb Houston, Day'Ron Sharp. Good God, it's like half the team is NBA players.
In the league, yeah.
It's a great team, man.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, it's Mount Verde night at the American Airlines Center with all the former Mount Verde players at the American Airlines Center, of course, led by Cade Cunningham and Cooper Flagg. Among the notables in tonight's game. That gets us to our X factors going into tonight. Bobby, I'll start with you on this one. The Mavericks have done a much better job as of lately in terms of getting after teams, and really also all year long, honestly, when it comes to their defensive rating. But they got to force the issue tonight. Detroit, check this out, is 7th worst in the NBA in turnovers per game, committing 15.8 turnovers per contest. With the addition of Anthony Davis back tonight, hopefully the Mavericks can be able to force the issue a little bit more when it comes to
Yeah, AD really isn't much of like a turnover forcer himself, but you always have that, all right, should I go to the rim and try and finish here, or will AD block it? So now you're already kind of looking over your shoulder, and then someone else can come in or whatever. The worry for me is that the Pistons have so much shooting and some talented playmaking. They can spread you out. So if you do gamble and play the passing lanes, you could create a lot of turnovers, or you could get absolutely roasted from three-point line if you miss. So you have to know when to take calculated risks.
I guess it's X factor number 2, which for the Mavericks, who have done a much better job of taking care of the ball as of late. Detroit so far this year, number 4 in the NBA in steals per game, getting nearly 10 steals per contest, exactly at 9.7 to be exact, as the Pistons, who are a top 10 defensive rated team, Ron, loves to get active with their hands in the passing lanes and looks to get after the Mavericks that way tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Mavs fans, I'm just going to give you just eye test, what I saw on the court. You know, the people love the eye test, right, Bobby and KG?
Yes.
So just watching Isaiah Stewart walk past you is like it's an experience, because the man's arms are as big as most people's quad muscles. Like he's a legit humongous human being. But believe it or not, everybody, he's not the biggest center on the Detroit Pistons team, because Jalen Duren might out-jack this guy. Well, he might out-strong this guy, everybody. I apologize. So he might out-strong this guy. So
Wow.
again, just seeing these two guys next to each other kind of show why they're such a good defense, because they have 2 good rim protectors and 2 enforcers. Yeah, that stat made me feel some things in a lot of regions of my body. That was a good time. I can't lie. That was good.
I mean, you're right. Like, Isaiah Stewart walking passes after shoot around today. I mean, him and Jalen Duren could be the starting middle linebackers for any of your favorite football teams. Like, they are big, strong, physical dudes who love to be able to bang inside the paint, that is. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot happening. What? You looking at me?
Yeah, well, one of you's banging, the other's out jacking. I'm just trying to watch some basketball. All right.
You will so here in 17 minutes, or actually Tanner, in probably like 25
having some
minutes.
wild fork sausage.
Yeah, well, yeah. Y'all can do all that stuff. I'm just gonna go munch on some sausage.
Okay. Yep. Need that. Thank you. I'm not being childish. Relax. Let's relax. All right. Last
the comments said that.
No, somebody else said that in the chat. Shout out to Irish Prince. Last one in terms of our X factors. Dallas got to find a way to keep the Detroit Pistons off the glass, especially in the offensive boards. Check this out. Detroit is 4th in the NBA this season in offensive rebounds per game. They're getting 13.5 boards on the offensive glass per contest. And oh, by the way, they're 5th in the NBA in second chance points, scoring nearly 17 points per game on second chance opportunities. So not only do the Pistons play well defensively, they love to crash the glass and do so at one of the best rates in the NBA. With Daniel Gafford and Anthony Davis, hopefully they can help out in that department tonight.
Hope so. Got to box out.
Got to box out. Everybody can crash the glass these days. In today's NBA for sure. So you got to find a man, box him out, and in those defensive possessions with a rebound. Ron, I'll let you hop on a plane, get to the 6, and talk to your man Drake after tonight's game is over with. But otherwise, we will talk to you post-game right here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show.
Well, the hat may or may not return for the post-game show, everybody. We'll see.
Much like Drake's career. But that's
Hey, Ron, in the spirit of Drake, take care.
Oh, wow. Wow. That was good. That's good. That'll do it for us here on the that was good. That was good. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. We'll be back for our postgame show about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer. You do not want to miss tonight's postgame show. Our guy Mark Stein is going to be here on the postgame show. Got a lot to say. Got a new Substack out today. Got some Mavericks nuggets that you want to hear about as we are in NBA.
No, it's Mavericks Pistons.
What did I say?
I said Mavericks Nuggets.
I said he's got some Mavericks nuggets that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, they're playing the Pistons.
All right, Bobby. Jeez, man. All right, cool. That is our jokester, DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carolla. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you post-game right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
all city like the mayor.